Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Country Morning Creations. Today I have a flip through of two tiny journals that I recently made. I made this week and I didn't feel like making a really massive journal, so today I decided I would just show you my two tiny journals that I made. And where I got started on this was I bought this book kit from Nik the Booksmith, and this is the plant form. This is flowers, so it's got a little description in the front, and this book was a lot of fun to make. This was very different from anything I'd ever made because the pages actually get glued together accordion style. So if you are interested in this at all, Nik has this and several other mini books for sale in her Etsy shop. And this was really good. I learned a lot from it, and it does turn out to be like a hollow back binding when you do it, and it's really cute. But it comes with 2 extra covers, and I thought, well, I'm not going to let those go to waste, so I wanted to make some mini journals. And they're similar, but they're actually not the same, and I'm going to try to hold these up so that you can see them. So this first one, I have a button closure, and again, a rounded spine, and this is the back. It's gorgeous. I think I love this one. I mean, I loved all of these book covers. I think they're all fabulous. And so when you open it up, I decided to only use some end papers, and these helped strengthen the cover. So these are also, this and the cover itself was done on a cardstock. I was using up leftover coffee dyed paper, and I found this really tiny lace trim. Then I printed out another set of book pages on coffee dyed paper, and I cut those out and included them in here. So then this is a mini envelope by Nik the Booksmith, and I didn't glue it shut, so theoretically you or your doll could write on inside the envelope. And then this is just another scrap that I had left over. And then this is a little journal card, and I have 4 of them, so you'll see 4 different ones, and I used a little bit of the book page. And then this is a kind of a lace that I found, and then this is more of that lace, and so those all tuck in here. And this is a flip that I made, and I've probably glued it together. Let's see if we can get it apart. There we go. So this was actually a flip that I made, so you can journal inside of that. And this is the washi, also by Nik the Booksmith, and she has those in her Etsy store. And these are 3 signatures with 3 pages each, and I'm not going to try to do that math right now. So this is the back of that book page, and another part of a book page, and more coffee dyed paper. This is a coin envelope by Nik the Booksmith. And then this is a tag that I made. So I just made a couple of tags to go in here. And again, this pocket is used making, I made it using parts of those book pages that I printed out. This was actually some coffee dyed paper I had. And as you can see, I used my sewing machine to stitch each of these little mini signatures in here. And so I have, you know, the book page again, more coffee dyed paper, and if you know me, I had leftover scraps of this tracing paper that I had coffee dyed, and this was some paper that I coffee dyed as well, and so just using up scraps. This one again has the washi tape, and again is a different kind of a flip pocket. This has a journaling card, and then a book page. I kind of use these similar to how people might use Edith Holden pages in their books, but these were all mini pages and another tag. So these all go back into this pocket. I didn't put a lot of pockets in these because these are already so tiny. I didn't feel like I wanted to put a bunch of pockets with a bunch of stuff in them. And then last piece of coffee dyed paper, and again that's the end paper. And this one simply closes real easily. You just wrap it around there, and this was a button. This other one, and you can see how tiny these are, that's a quarter. That's an American quarter. This other one I did a little bit differently. This is another button, but this is a shank button that already has its shank on it. Yes, I have glue all over my fingers. Again, a beautiful spine with all the butterflies on it and more butterflies on the back. Like I said, I didn't want these to go to waste, so I was going to just make some junk journals with these, and I think they turned out really, really cute. So this one is very similar. I used a different end paper on the inside. And then again, that little tiny lace that I have, a book page from her mini book. And this is some more of that lined paper that I had. This is another tuck spot. So you'll see a lot of the same things. I have two journal cards. And again, I have, this is one of the flower pages that I have, and I just put that in there as a little journaling card. I really thought, I have tweezers to my side here because I really thought I was going to need tweezers to get this stuff in and out, but it seems to go pretty okay. And then that is another book page and another book page. And then we come to another pocket. Again, this is a little flip up, flip down pocket. And this has another envelope by Nik the Booksmith and another tag that I made. And if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me making all of these little tiny things that go in a tiny journal. So more coffee dyed paper, and this is of course my tracing paper and another book page, coffee dyed paper. This is the backside of this paper that I had left over from another journal. So I thought this was a great way to use up all my scraps. Like the other one, I simply sewed the 3 different signatures in. Again, 3 signatures with basically 6 pages each. So they were 3 times 3 is 9 times 4 is 36. So they're about 36 pages each. Again, a journaling card, a coin envelope, and a tag that I made. And this is again a flip. So I'll put those back. They all just fit right in there. And then again, a little bit more lace, this little tiny lace that I love, and that's the back end paper. And like other things, this is a hollow back binding. I glued some fabric down in there, and that actually is helping to hold that curve. But you can see this is actually a hollow back binding, and I just used another piece of paper to sew all my signatures to. This one's a little bit, I tried just wrapping around it like I did the other one, and that does not work. So for this one to close, I find I actually have to just tie it, but it's so tiny I can't tie a bow. And so I simply go like that. And so those are my 2 tiny journals, 2 tiny journals. So I hope that you've enjoyed my flip through of my 2 tiny journals, and I also hope I've encouraged you to be creative today. Bye!